Hello everyone, welcome to the broadcast for this Sunday, July 21st. I hope you're doing fantastic today and have had a great past week. Past week has been absolutely crazy, that is for darn sure, but I hope you've been staying as sane as you possibly can be during this crazy time that we live in. My gosh, I tell ya. Anyway, great to be here with you. I hope you're doing lovely. Mark, it is fantastic to see you here. How are you doing today? Now, would like to mention that we're going to be doing things a little bit differently here as well, because what I have been doing with the live streams for many years. So I've been doing the Sunday live streams every Sunday for, I want to say, since like 2019 or so. I've been doing the live streams pretty much every Sunday. But then it got to a point, just like a few months ago, where I was going to do it, like every other week, because it just wasn't really there and everything. And I think things were going pretty good, but I don't know. Still kind of have, we're a see. But it's always been a members only live stream for every past Sunday. It's been members only. That's how you would get access to the past live streams and everything. You would have to become a member. And what I'm going to do going forward is I'm no longer going to privatize or members only the live stream after the broadcast. So that'll just be something that will be public after that. We'll see how that ends up going there. But yeah, we'll just have to say. And also, we are also multi-streaming as well. So we're streaming to a different platform as well, not just YouTube. So we will see how that goes as well. That'll be fantastic. So I hope you're doing great today and are ready. There we go. The brightness has been corrected. Okay. So with that being said, yeah, this past week has just been absolutely crazy. It really has. I'm not gonna go into detail about just all the other craziness, but I think something that really needs to be said is that we have to remain sane during these insane times that we live in. Just so much craziness has happened over the past week that divides people even more. That's what you have to remember. That everything that happens around you, everything that happens when it comes to any sort of news or politics or anything along those lines, those are all things that are here to divide you. Those are all things to make you hate one another and hate the people who should be your fellow human beings. And it's such a shame that that's how it has to be, but or that is the way that it is projected. But it's just, you have to be able to stay sane and just not have all that hatred. Once you have all that hatred and that negativity, then it is basically the division tactic is working on you. And you don't want that. No, you want to be able to be a free thinker. You want to be able to think for yourself. You want to be the one to be mindful of the things that are going on in your life and in the world, and not have a bias that's so strong that you have hatred towards someone else. I also want to say hello to Sigutete. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but my apologies. Hello, how are you doing today? So, yeah, that is something to remember. Now, as I said, the whole thing is just very interesting for sure, but if we just learn to think critically, think for ourselves and not believe everything that we hear, and just be the person that is a mindful person who is able to think critically, who is able to think for ourselves and not have this intense hatred towards other people, things would be so much better. They really would. They really would. But with that being said, with those major announcements out of the way, which I think is going to be very good, we'll just have to see how it goes continuing forward. When it comes to how we're streaming here. Yeah, I think it'll be very interesting. I'm really curious to see how it goes. But regardless, today's topic, we're going to be talking about laziness, because this is something that many people deal with on a day-to-day basis. We talked about this in Friday's post. about being lazy. Friday's informational article about being lazy, what you can do to finally feel productive again. You know, because when you're dealing with all this chronic laziness, you know, you have to find some ways to be productive. So we're going to get into that in just a moment. And of course, our rats are here to give us a boost of productivity because they are so productive at sniffing their feet that they are a pro at it. They're absolutely a pro. Fox Media, great to have you here. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing fantastic today. Awesome. I have no tea and I have no protein shake today. That is surprising. That is surprising. Ashley, great to have you here as well. How are you doing today? Okay. Let's see. Box Media says, my rabbits were fighting again today. They are both male. So this is unusual. Interesting. It's just kind of the world that we live in, where everyone is fighting and hating one another. They're just picking up on the vibes of the world. But you don't have to have things like that, you know? You don't. These two male mice don't fight. Nope. No, we don't. Not at all. How cute. How cute. Anyway, Ashley, how are you doing? Big fan here. Can you quickly share your tips on when it feels like doors are closing that are causing laziness? Can being lazy be not your fault? So yeah, we're going to drill down on into that topic in just a moment here because laziness has to do with many factors in your life. There are many things that are contributing to laziness. So I really want you to think about something that makes you feel lazy or something that is very lazy within your own life. Perhaps you don't have any sort of productivity. Perhaps you feel as though you're just tired all the time, you don't have any energy, or other related things. And we really have to approach this from many different angles because being lazy is not just one thing. It could be many different things depending on you as a person. So let's start with some of the simple, more surface level stuff. And that can be vitamin and mineral deficiencies within your body. Perhaps you're not getting enough B vitamins. Perhaps you're eating things that chelate a lot of the valuable nutrients and minerals from your body that are causing you to be deprived of some of those helpful nutrients. And it's making you feel sluggish and down. It could be even the types of food that you're eating as well. If you're eating certain foods that can bring you down, make you very tired, make you very lethargic, it can really majorly impact your ability to be productive. So laziness, that can be a very surface level thing. There can be certainly times that if you take some B vitamins, if you start to change your diet, if you start to incorporate exercise, that can help boost your ability to be more productive. That can give you some more energy. But that's not always the answer for everyone. There's a lot of different factors that are involved with this. So, yeah. Let's see. Mark says, are you still feeding wild rabbits? Unfortunately, we don't really have too many around here now because we got our back porch redone like a few years ago, and since then they haven't really been around much because they used to live right underneath our back porch, but now that the back porch is different, unfortunately, no, they don't hang around too much, unfortunately. It's a shame. I like those bunnies. I like them. But yeah. There are still squirrels though. There's plenty of squirrels and they come up on the porch, which is not good, but okay, how can you know if you're being hard on yourself, letting yourself rest, or if you're telling yourself to not be lazy because of chronic pain? Ah, okay. That's another thing. DSC, hello. Great to have you here. When you have more money, you can afford to be lazy. There you go. Okay. So let's start diving into the next topic here when it comes to laziness. So yeah, if you have chronic pain, you have any sort of things like that, that can certainly take away your ability to be motivated, be productive because you have pain. Like let's say you have pain in your legs and your knees. That's going to prevent you from doing certain activities that involve, any sort of physical labor, walking around, picking up things, maybe even just all that sort of stuff that can certainly hinder your ability to do that. But again, that's a physical impairment as well. So certainly there can be some things that you can take, whether it be some sort of supplement or herb or something that can really help, like whether it be magnesium can be beneficial for certain pains and cramps and everything, or it can also be other sorts of nutrients or deficiencies that you may have as well. Now when it comes to, I guess, if you're being hard on yourself and you're trying to force yourself to not be lazy, okay, so here is where we get into a bit more of a complex situation when it comes to laziness. And that is, what gives your life meaning? What makes you feel motivated in this life? What makes you feel as though you are on the right path in this life? That is a question that only you can answer. I can't answer that for you. Your family and friends cannot answer that for you. Only you can answer that. Because basically what you have to do is you have to analyze the things in your life. Is this making me happy? Is my job that I'm working, is it making me happy? Or is it bringing me down? Is it making me feel bad? Are there things that are taking your energy away and making you feel worse? These are all things to consider and factor in, because oftentimes you will find that people hate what they're doing. They hate the job that they're working. They're too stressed out at this, and they don't feel as though they're really contributing to anything. They're basically just living their life, doing what they should be doing to make money, and they have to work more because of how bad the economy is. Having to pay rent, having to buy groceries, all of this stuff is so stressful for so many people that they have no time and no energy for anything else. It's just work, 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 but they don't feel as though they're basically just working to survive. They don't feel as though they are productive with their life. They don't feel as though they have any sort of meaning. So you have to be able to find what your meaning is. What is something in your life that's making you feel really bad and down? And how can you change that in a way so that it is something that you look forward to doing, that you enjoy doing, that makes you wake up every day as if you're being guided to actually do something? And I would like to share my own experience about this as well, because this is something that I personally have experience with. Because let me get my rats into view. There you go. There you go, boy. Okay. So this is something that I personally have my own experience with, because think about a time in your life. Have you ever woken up in the morning and you feel, instead of like you being forced to wake up, it's like, okay, I have to get up at this time because I have to go to work, and it's like I don't want to, all this sort of stuff, as opposed to something that's driving you, giving you energy the moment you wake up to accomplish something. I've certainly felt that a lot throughout my life, where it feels as though, especially when I'm working on something the day before and it's something that I'm really, really enthusiastic about, really, really like it, whether it be some sort of major project that I'm working on, or I'm doing some sort of, programming, also another one, and just kind of sleep, you reset for a bit, and then you have a different perspective on the matter, and you have all these ideas going through your head. So then you wake up in the morning and you feel as though you just want to go and get that work done. You want to start that work because you feel motivated to do it. You feel as though something is pulling you in that direction. That is how you know that you are on the right path with your, not just your career, but also you fulfilling what your purpose is. You feel as though you've given your life some meaning. Because the honest truth is, life does not have any sort of meaning whatsoever. There is no meaning to our life and to our existence besides what you make it. You make the life based on what you are here to do. What gives your life a purpose? What gives your life meaning? These are all things that only you can answer. Only you can answer those. No one else can. I can just basically tell you that, hey, you need to look for these things. You need to be thinking about these things. But unless you actually do it yourself, unless you actually are able to wake up and feel that motivation and that drive yourself, unfortunately, you're not going to be as successful or feel as motivated as you would really like. That is the unfortunate truth. Okay. Let's see. I have a job, but I'm lazy. I love to sleep. Okay. So it kind of goes down to one of those things, DEC, as we just mentioned. If you have a job and you really love it, then there'd be no need to be sleeping, right? There'd be no need to be lazy because you would feel that drive and that motivation to be doing things, you know? So I think from time to time it is okay to have some late laziness, to just, you deserve to have a break every now and again. Now, the thing is, it's interesting because my form of relaxation is always working on something. It's like when you hear most people's form of relaxation, it's like they're going to take a vacation. They're going to take some time off of work. They're just going to watch a TV or a movie or those sorts of things. For me, it's the total opposite of that. Those things I don't like. I don't like to do those things. It's like I'll do them with a friend. I'll watch a movie, watch a show, whatever. That's basically it. To me, my form of relaxation is often working on something. So it's like I'm always working on something. That is how I stay busy because that's what gives me fulfillment. It's like I don't get fulfillment from watching something. I just really don't. I feel as though I have not accomplished something in that day. I'll give you some more tips in just a little bit, but you're gonna have to wait on those. You're gonna wait on those. I want to say hello to Laj Laj Kusik. I have no idea how to pronounce your name. I apologize for that. I'm probably screwing it up big time. Yeah, I'm probably screwing it up big time, but hopefully you're doing fantastic today. Okay. So, get lazy when you have nothing to do. Honestly, Mark, you actually bring up a very good point there. You get lazy when you have nothing to do. Yes, you know what? I have felt the same exact way before. Because I keep a to-do list. And that is the major motivational factor in my life. When I keep a to-do list, I will accomplish those things. I'll look at them like, okay, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to do that now. And you feel the drive. You feel the motivation to get those done because the more that you get done, the better that you feel. And by to-do list, I mean things that they can be more long-term goals, but I'm talking about very short-term goals. Like let's say you have to do the laundry even, it's like, okay, you put that down on your list. I don't personally put that one down on my list because I have a set day. And when I have set days and times for things such as working out, I don't put that on my list personally. But yeah, that is just something that you can do. Keep a to-do list of the things that you need to get done, and then very, very small things even. Like I'll send some sort of message like, okay, I have to email this person, I have to do this activity, I have to do that, and then I'll be like, okay, I can get all this done within a matter of a few minutes. It doesn't take long. So I do that and I check it off and I feel that sense of accomplishment for getting something done. Okay, so there should be nothing that you're really being lazy about, because if you have something on your to-do list that you know needs to get done, you put it on there and you feel motivated to actually do it and go about it. Okay? Okay. See, most of the people don't know how to pronounce my name. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not Lithuanian, so I don't know how to pronounce your name. But yeah, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. It's nice to have you here from different countries, That's what's so nice when you do these broadcasts here, when you post content online, because it can reach so many different people. It's absolutely amazing. So, Oh, Thank you so much for becoming a member. I'm just gonna call you La for short. There you go. Smash that heart button. Smash it until it breaks. I wonder if anyone has ever smashed it so hard that it has broken. I'll smash my feet on it later. No boy. No boy. It's okay. It's okay. Ah. I got it. Hmm? There you look. It's like the rat tower. Like the rat tower. Anyway. We got a bunch of rats here. Bunch of rats. Ah. Let's see. Let's see. Today's meaning is giving my cat extra love on his first birthday. Well, that is fantastic. That is fantastic. See? If you can give some sort of purpose or meaning for that day, then you have succeeded at living this game of life. You know? That's what you have to view it as. Honestly, it really is a game. It really is a game. Things don't make sense in the game. It's like over the past several years, I think we're seeing there's like a programming error in this game that we live in. It's like things don't make sense at all. Nothing does. Nothing adds up. And we're just here forced to believe something that doesn't make any sort of sense. You know? So we just have to be mindful of all the information out there and just realize, life is a game. But you don't have this is your final life. You don't have different you don't have extra lives, and you have no continues. This is it. So live it to your fullest. Live it to your fullest. It's basically what I say. Why bother being lazy and unproductive and doing evil, hateful things to one another and hate one another and all that sort of crap when you could just be someone who is very productive, who could change the world in a much better way? That is what you always have to remember, that you have the ability to do that. It's just you don't think that you do. But the thing is, you shape your reality based on how you think. Okay? You shape your reality based on how you think. So if you view the world in a very negative, hateful way, you will attract all the scenarios that prove that point to you, that this world is awful, that it is hateful, that it is negative, it is nasty, and you will have that done to you to further solidify your beliefs. Whereas if you believe the total opposite, then you will also live in fantasy land because you're being too optimistic. You're being too optimistic to the point where you're not able to see things rationally. So there is a proper mix in between. It's the same thing as I've mentioned many times before. When you have all this divide in the world, we have so much divide in the world. We have extreme beliefs on one end, we have extreme beliefs on the other end. Guess where the truth usually is? It's right kind of in the middle. It's like some of this belief is true, some of that belief is true, but not to the extent that you hear. It's kind of like in between. There's parts here and parts there that are true. So that is just something to remember, something to be mindful of. Okay. I would like to say hello to Adila. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing fantastic. Let's see, I think I missed a few comments. Yes, I did. Okay, so Mark says, love your gaming webpage. It is beautiful. I wish I could create something as nice. Oh, you're talking about my website, askfidelgaming.com? Ah, yes, I love website programming and just more so the programming aspect than the actual design, but yes. Yep, I created that, and I do all the reviews of all the video games that I play and everything. That takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. It's like, oh, you play a game, I'm gonna review it. Especially when a lot of times we play through like a lot of garbage games sometimes. Like, let me tell you this, there is a lot of garbage games coming up soon. You know, it really is. And we just played through a garbage game very recently. That's about a video is about to go up. I think Tuesday of the garbage game. Oh man, I tell you. But yeah. Okay. Let's say, are you a geek? Do you work in gaming industry? I guess you could call me a geek as well. Yeah, I would be geeky, I suppose, based on some of my interests and things that I like. I suppose. But I do not work in the gaming industry. No, it's surprisingly, even though I love video games, it's just never been something that I've really been into, if that makes sense. Like programming a game or making a game. You know, it's like I've looked into it, but it's like it just doesn't really interest me. Surprisingly. You would think that I would be more interested because I love video games, but nah. Okay, what's your opinion about this Jay Slater cold case? I have no idea who that even is. Who is Mr. J? Um, Let me do a quick search, let's see. Let's see, who is this? Uh, okay, well, I'll have to look more into it. I have no idea who this is, but it looks like it's a very recent thing. I don't know. I have no idea. You know, yeah, can't say I've been aware of that. But yeah, you know, there's always when it comes to I guess when it comes to suspicious deaths of other people, it always makes you wonder certain things. You know, it really does. So, again, always something that you have to be mindful of and just pay attention to. Okay? I say you can change your destiny by understanding the here and now. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. If you understand the here and now, the things that are going on in your life right now, how you can change those things, then you can change the future that you are set on. If that makes sense. Like right now in my life, if I think a certain way, I'm on a path that could be very dangerous, it could be very, very bad, depending on not me right now, if that makes sense, but just if you're thinking very negatively, if you're doing very, very bad things, you're going down a path that is very, very negative for you. But if you start to change that, you start to change that outlook on your life, things start to get a lot better. Things start to be a lot better. Okay? Hmm. Okay. Did you know about music albums? Did not know about music albums. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Music albums. Music albums. I got a lot of music albums, all older stuff, mostly stuff from like animes and video games, stuff along those lines. Are you in the attic? No, I'm not. This is just the roof. It sucks. It sucks, but yeah. People have been saying that for so long. It's like when I first started making my videos here, then yeah, it seems like it's the attic, but it's actually not. Yeah. Crazy, right? Crazy. It's not good for someone like me who's so tall, because literally I don't have to like reach up far to touch the ceiling in like the highest part, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. The slanted roof, and I'm right up against it, so it's like yeah, like my head is touching. Also, we can have roof rats. That's right. That's right, boys and ladies. We are roof rats. Boy, you're facing the wrong way. Oh, I know they do. Okay, okay, boys. Settle it down. There you go. All you gotta do is just sit there and look cute, okay? You will be my boobs for today. Say, look. There is the areola. See, like we need some nice laughs, you know? We need some nice laughs. Ah, it's funny. Anyway, moving on down now. Moving on down. Let's see. Is not knowing where is home or is being lost equals to being a lazy sloth? Not quite sure I understand that. So I guess if you are you saying that if you feel as though like you don't feel at home with yourself, it's like equivalent to feeling lazy? I guess if you're not comfortable with the person that you are, it does hinder your ability to do things in this life, you know? It really does. So yeah, certainly it can make you more demotivated. That is for darn sure. So Ovid, how are you doing today? Need to put a C before your name? COVID? Yes. Uh, we're not gonna talk about that science man anymore. No. He's not welcome here right now. He's not welcome here right now. Any advice on finishing a huge task in a limited time when the timing is kind of stressful? It's an anniversary gift from my fiance. I always do handmade. So this is another very, very good point that you bring up because a lot of times we may be distracted with things. So here's what you do. Here's what you do. You put away everything that can be distracting to you. Put away your phone in a different room. Maybe put some nice music on that you like that can, you know, relax you a bit and just focus on the things in an orderly fashion of getting it done. Let me tell you this, one little distraction can take away several minutes of your time. And if you're distracted here, if you're distracted there, that can cause so many problems for your productivity. So I know that when I'm focused on a specific task, if I check my phone for something, if I open up something, I'll be distracted. You know, all this distraction, just like put that aside and just focus and you'll get it all done in a very short amount of time. So if you segment it, if you put away the distractions and you segment the time, segment what you're doing together, and just make it so, okay, today I'm going to accomplish this in this time frame. I'm going to accomplish this the next day or whatever other time that you have to do it. Just work diligently at it to see your progress, as opposed to like viewing it like, oh my gosh, there's so much to do here. Break it up into smaller pieces. Do it without distraction. What is my favorite game? I really don't have a favorite game because I like different games for different reasons. Like there's certain games that I absolutely love the story, but the actual gameplay is not my favorite. And then there's games that have amazing gameplay, but there's like no story to it. Or there's games that have fantastic music or like graphic design or just very thought-provoking stuff. You know, so I don't really have like a favorite game. You know, I can think about games that I played a lot when I was younger. Like some of like the Mario and Zelda games way back in the day. Like on the Nintendo 64. But I would say that those are some of my favorite games of all time, but they're not like my favorite game of all time, if that makes sense. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Let's say a night light? Is that what you're saying? Night light? I don't know. Let's say, so it makes sense you feel lost not knowing where you're home because I don't belong anywhere. Well, that is something that you need to change your perspective on there because there's always a home for you. Often, let me tell you this. If you believe in the energy centers of your body, the chakras, there was a point where my third eye chakra right here was overactive and my root chakra, which is at the base of the spine, was underactive. The one at the base of your spine is about grounding. You feeling grounded in various places. So whenever I would go out somewhere, I would have so much anxiety and I would feel so anxious and scared and just like everyone was looking at me, all that sort of stuff. And it was because that one was underactive. This one was overactive, which it was overcompensating for one that was underactive. Once you begin to balance them a bit more, what happens then is that the overactive one became settled down a bit, and then the root one became more stable as well, to the point where I don't really have that anxiety going out places now. I don't necessarily feel at home, so to speak. Like if I go out somewhere, home is still home, but it's so much better than it was. So that's something you have to realize, that you can change that perspective. You can change those things about yourself by balancing various things within your body. Because if you view yourself as an energy source, there could be too much energy or dark energy in certain areas of your body that's causing various imbalances. Various foods that you eat could be causing imbalances. Technology can be a source of imbalance. There's all sorts of things that can make you imbalanced, that can cause a plethora of problems within your life. Okay? So, that's something to be mindful of. Now, I would like to also share a little bit about, so when it comes to, let me see here. Okay. So I would like to also talk a little bit more about my productivity as well, because, I think it's very important to figure out what works the best for you. So even though I've discussed some ways that really work for me, maybe you can take some of that information, maybe you can apply it to your life to some degree. Who knows? I don't know. But regardless, you really have to think, what would work for you? What would make you feel less lazy and more productive? Maybe it's a goal you want to strive for. Make a goal for yourself. Think about something you want to achieve, a new skill you want to learn, something you want to purchase, things along those lines. It may take you a while to get out of the negative mindset that you will never have those things. Because certainly, if you've lived a life of doubt, that you doubt certain things within your life, that you have negativity surrounding, perhaps you don't even feel as though you deserve to have good things within your life, that can demotivate you and make you feel very, very, very bad. And as a result, you're not going to be able to actually achieve your goals because you no longer have the motivation to do so. So make a goal for yourself. Make a goal for yourself as to how you want to achieve. And not that, make a goal for yourself and then map out the steps needed to actually achieve that goal. You can put those on your to-do list for maybe longer term things, but also make notes of it. Be mindful of it. When you're able to do that, so many things change in a positive way. They really do. They really do. They may take a while and you may feel as though all hope is lost, but that's when you need to go down even harder. Drill down even harder into your mind that this is possible. All that it takes is for you to change your mind about it. The moment you think something is impossible, maybe you feel as though you've given up and it's like, okay, I'm kind of done. And then you feel lazy. You just feel unproductive. You don't want to do anything. If instead you see some of the negative things that have happened and you learn from those mistakes, you learn from the negative things that have happened, then you're able to move on to a much better, much more productive phase of your life that will take some time. So I know that's happened to me plenty of times where I'm working on something and it feels as though all hope is lost. It's like, why am I even bothering with this? This isn't going to work out. Nothing's going to work out. It's going to be bad. But then I just keep on going. keep on going, no matter how difficult it is, learning the lessons. And then if things still don't work out, you may need to alter your approach. Now, we've talked about this in previous streams. We've talked about this in previous videos about when all hope is lost, don't to give up, all that sort of stuff. So, anyway, let's see here. What are great alternatives to typical meditation? I haven't been able to sit still that long yet. You know, I think everyone is different when it comes to meditation. For someone like me, it's like I'm someone who's very active. So sitting down still and just quieting my mind is just, it's extremely hard to do. It's basically impossible because you just have all these thoughts going through your mind, all this sort of stuff. Sometimes it can literally take like 20 minutes or so just to kind of let it filter out. It's almost like a TV playing in the background or like a radio playing. It's like, okay, just let it go, please. And then it finally just leaves and it's like more silent, you know? It's much better. So sometimes you just have to give yourself enough time. But in addition, some people, they can do better at different forms of meditation. You know, yoga can be a form of meditation. You're active, you're moving, you're focusing. Maybe going for a walk can be a nice form of meditation. Maybe exercise even. So you don't necessarily have to view meditation strictly as you sitting down, being quiet, and just silencing your mind. Meditation can take many forms as long as you have the same sort of objective and result. So for someone like me, I'm someone who likes to be active. So a better form of meditation for me would be just walking, focusing, and just letting my thoughts out that way, and just calming my mind that way, you know? Okay. See, I am working on this. I motivate myself with regular sprints, 300 meters, twice a day. Well, that is fantastic to hear. And thank you for all the hearts. I'll be eating those hearts, boys and ladies. Ace bloody. Boy. Ooh, here's some more. Bloody. Oh no. Roos is eating the bloody hearts. Whose hearts? Whose organs have we had to harvest for those? Whose bodies have been harvested for those hearts? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So being lost is related to being lazy. Yes. I would say so, yes, because you don't feel as though you're actively doing something, that you're actively participating in what your life goal is. If you feel lost in life, lost in the world, you have no motivation, no desire. So you have to find those things. You have to find the things. How is your toe doing? Did it heal? It's pretty much like fully healed now, yeah. It's just maybe like it's like 99.5%. It's like if I like move it in a very specific way, like really pressing down on it, it may hurt a little bit, but for the most part, it's like perfect now almost. So all good, all good. Is raving or clubbing meditation? I would say no to that, but I guess to each their own, right? But I wouldn't say so. To me, that is the total opposite. That's like anxiety, panic attack waiting to happen. You know? Anxiety, panic attack waiting to happen. I think knitting was the closest I felt to meditation. There you go. There's something. There's something. Is being asexual means lazy? I don't see the correlation between the two if you are asexual, but it's interesting. So if you think about asexual, this is something that is not, I don't want to use the term normal, but hopefully you know what I mean when I say normal. It's not a normal thing for human beings. Asexuality is not something that is normal, so to speak. And it's primarily because we are designed to be sexual creatures, because that is how you continue to reproduce and have babies and continue the species. That is something that is hardwired within us. So to have something that does not want that, it's abnormal. It is with out of the realm of what should be for normal human behavior. However, there's so many different things when it comes to asexuality. It's very possible that you could be asexual because maybe there's certain chemicals in your brain, such as dopamine, serotonin, that are not regulated correctly, and you have no desire in life. Like dopamine is very responsible for a lot of your desires and your passion in life, not just with going towards your goals and your productivity and focusing as well. It's very good for focusing, but also with sexuality as well. So all of those things are connected. So it's very interesting. It's when we have deficiencies, when things are off, whether it be from our diet, minerals, all that sort of stuff, it throws our whole body out of whack. And it's very interesting to think about, because it's like we always like to think that we have control, but it's really not us. We're not in control of us a lot of times. It's the things that we're consuming control us. The things that are going on within our body, the chemical reactions that take place, they're the things that control us. It's very interesting to think about. It really is. Say, I am a raver and clubber, so I never get meditation. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta practice some mindfulness and relaxation. Since my last going out, I got back not knowing what's happening that night and became disgusted by it all and asexual. Okay. Well, hopefully that had been a learning lesson that had happened for you, and you're able to move past that. You're able to be more mindful and treat yourself with, much more respect, and realize where your boundaries are. If you don't like something, don't do it. Can sex be meditation in a way, since healthy sexual relationships can be so exciting to people that enjoy sex? Yes, absolutely, sure. It can be. Yeah, there's a type of sexual meditation. It's called tantric sex, I believe. I think that is the name of it, and it's like a meditation type of sexual thing that happens. So yeah. Now, I would like to do something special here. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's see who's the lucky winner. Okay. Mark 5. There you go. You are a member. Judy Snyder, you are also a member. X has become a member. Two more. We got two more. Promise Rhodes is a member. And Cherry Bomb 70 is a member. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. Well, I'm the one who gifted them to you, so. But now you remember, so yes, thank you. Thank you as well. Also want to say hello to Prajit. How are you doing today? Thunder X. Is that related to X? I don't think so, but we know who X is. X is Elon Musk. Elon, are you here? I don't know about Elon. I tell you, I don't know. He's one of those people, like a few of these other people, who are just very, very suspicious to me. Very, very suspicious people. That is for darn sure. And he is one of them. One of a few. There are a few. There are quite a few. Very suspicious. Anyway. Hmm. Folks, I'm going to end this off with some final words to help you be more productive with your life. Right after this stream ends, I want you to, well, depending on where you live, obviously, it's like if you live, way overseas and it's like really, really late for you and you got to be getting to bed, that's something you should be doing. Okay? Get to bed. That can be your goal, your motivation to go. But here's what I would like you to do. I want you to think about a goal you want to achieve, and right after this stream ends, mark down the steps to get there, and just, even if it's something minor, go towards that goal today. Think about something. If I always use this example, but it is the best example. If you want to learn how to play an instrument, the first thing you got to do, just start searching it up online. How do you learn how to play this? Start going down the different steps. Write down the different steps. Make a guide for yourself. Start doing those things today, and you will be so grateful that you did, because it all starts today. It all starts right after we end this broadcast. So, we're about to end it now. So, folks, boys and ladies, we want to thank you all so very much for tuning in to our broadcast, our Feetcast. And let's just say that we will be back again very, very soon. Yeah. Rooster, I think maybe the people may like some of the tarot stuff again. We may need to bring that back for our end of the broadcast. Really? Yes, boy. Remember how amazing you drew those cards and they were so perfectly accurate? Well, we may have to do that next time. Okay? Okay. That's right. The rats like to draw the tarot cards. They love it. They love it. So that'll be next time. But as you know, we do these streams every first and third Sunday of the month. So mark your calendar. The next one will be August 4th. Okay, so 2 weeks from now, we will be back here again live from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And I look forward to seeing you all then. So you all take care. Have a great one. And bye-bye now. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye, boys and ladies. Not next week. 2 weeks from now. Every other week. Every first and third Sunday, which is usually every other week. So, bye, guys.